Good morning, good morning. This is Digital Connect Draws. My name is Lisa, and I am going to be doing a series of videos that are more to inform than what we normally do on the live streams. Sometimes we will just live stream me doing art so everybody can come and join, and you never know what we're going to do. But in this series, I want to talk specifically about artist trading cards. And this is something I am really into right now. And so, what I did was I created a page on my website. Let me just pop over. That is what this is, my friends. So, I just printed it off so that you can see it. And we're just going to run through it and we're going to see what all the little bits are. So, what is an artist trading card? An artist trading card is a miniature piece of art that is created by hand, whether it's collage, watercolor, pen, whatever, crayon, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be not manufactured, it needs to be made by hand. And what happens is you trade artist trading cards with another artist at no cost to either one. So there are brands of miniature cards that people sell. That is not in the true nature of the artist trading cards. They were created so that people could, no matter their financial situation, have um, art and to be able to create community without any barriers. And the camaraderie that establishes between artists is incredible. And I have to say, I'm learning that firsthand. So that is what an artist trading card is. And as we go through the information, the biggest thing that needs to be understood is the only true rule with an artist trading card is that they be 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches and landscape or portrait, and that they are not charged money for them. So let's go through this and I'm going to show you examples of what I'm talking about. Okay, so the technical information. Any medium can be used. Paint, pen, collage, fabric, stamps, whatever you like. Any style can be used. Collage, abstract, portraiture, landscapes, doesn't matter. The information about the card and the artist is usually written on the back. And the final card should be thin enough to fit into a clear plastic sleeves used for baseball or other collectible cards. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean for that. Each card is usually a one-of-a-kind piece, although some artists create limited series. So if you have a one-off, that means that the individual card has a unique design to anything else created by the artist. A series could be a set of cards with a common theme. Um, and they're usually numbered 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. And an addition is 2 or more cards that have been designed to look identical. So let's say you have a character and you want to make sure it is as identical as it can be, being handmade on each card. So those will be additions, right? So when we have a look here, here is the artist trading card, 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Then you have the back of the card. And then we also have trading coins. Okay, I'm just making sure I've got all of my information correct. Okay, so there we are. Okay, I was looking for a specific piece of information. I've got it right here. Okay, so you've got artist cards and artist coins. So traditionally you have the 2.5 by 3.5, but you also have inchies and twinchies and wrenchies, and we'll go through that really quickly. I keep it normally to the artist trading cards. Okay, so let's have a look. Here is let's see here. Here we go. Okay. So we've got the artist trading card, which is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. All right. Then you have a twinchy, which is a 2-inch square. Okay. And then you have an inchy, which is a 1-inch square. I don't do any of these, but a lot of people who are involved in this type of artwork do. And then a coin is one that is 2.5 inches in diameter. Okay. And then you do have another one that's called a rinchy, which is a 1 inch. It would be 1 inch across. So those are the sizes you're dealing with. Traditionally, it's this size of card, and that is basically the size of a collector card, like baseball cards, hockey cards, those kinds of things. When I said that it needs to be able to fit into a sleeve, these are the clear plastic sleeves I'm talking about. Okay. So what happens is, let me find one, and so this is one of my cards. Okay. So let's take it apart. Here is the sleeve, and I just buy these at like the Walmart or whatever. Okay. It opens up on one side. You don't have to do the really thick sleeves. Then this is the card that I'm dealing with. Across here, 2.5 by 3.5. Now, my little piece of art is not 2.5 by 3.5 because I like to have a background border on it. So it's just another piece of uh, black card. So you notice all of mine have that, right? And I primarily deal in watercolor and pen. So on the back is my artist trading card information. So it's the name, the title, the number, the date I created it, what it's made of, and where I am. All right. So I usually end up having all these parts. A lot of people don't do it this way, but I do it this way. Some people will just have one layer and on the back write their name and what have you. I like to have it like this. So this is the watercolor paper I use, and I will paint or draw on this. Then what I will do is I will take a background piece already cut up. This, in fact, is the 2.5 by 3.5. So this gets glued onto the background, right? And then I flip it over and I put on my little label and I fill it in. So that's what we're looking at, right? So I end up with 3 layers. However, I can do that because I'm not doing a collage where it's going to end up being dimensional, where it threatens not to fit into this little sleeve. Okay. So you want to make sure it fits into the little sleeve. Okay. So that is basically what that is. Now, when you're dealing with any other size, that it's exactly the same stuff. So if I was going to make the round coins, I would probably, because I'm a creature of habit, have one of these cut out in a round and have a background cut out in a round and then use my paper a little bit smaller so that it would create that background, right? So what I do to keep everything organized and so that I just have to create when I want to create is I have a little box here. This is the top of my little box. And these are cards that I have already done and they're in their sleeves and they're ready to go. Right? They have been all filled out, etc. I have my little roll of stamps. And then here I have my pieces. So I will have my background papers and a stack of already cut out back labels. I will have pieces of watercolor paper already cut out and put here. And I will have the little sleeves. Because when I send out my cards, I send them out in one of these little sleeves. And so this one here is all ready to go. It's in the sleeve, it's filled out, it's all ready to go. And then, so what then I do is in the bottom of my box, I have cards that I'm still working on. So they're half done. They've got work to do on them. All right. And then I have my envelopes and I have a little pad of paper so I can write people a note. Right. So that makes sure that I have everything nicely organized. This goes in here. And this is just a box I actually got at IKEA that was discounted because I guess it's not perfect. I don't know, but I enjoy it. So, and here are some things I've been working on for like Inktober. Sometimes I work on the individual cards, and sometimes I don't. So, this is done. Here we go with some of the lingo. Okay? And a lot of times when you go onto Facebook, when you're a member of Facebook or you're involved in any groups, you'll hear a lot of lingo. And it's like, ah. So here I have the card sizes, traditional card sizes. And here are some of the lingo. Here is the key one, the art cards, editions, and originals. If you see this, ACEO, those are the ones that are for sale. That is not traditional artist trading cards. Okay. Then you've got hand painted, hand drawn, hand colored, hand stitched, mixed media, random act of kindness. So sending, trading for no reason or presenting for no reason. Cross posted, meaning you've shared this specific design in other groups. Work in progress, not for trade. Maybe people are wanting to get some opinions on where the design is going. Up for trade, meaning it's available for trading. Available for trading, AFT also. A motherboard. This is an interesting concept that I really enjoy. Some people call it a masterboard. Some people call it a motherboard. And I'm going to give you an example here. So you have, when we talked about uh, the series, a lot of times when you have a series, it's either a common theme or you may have cut it from a motherboard. And this is an example of a motherboard. This is something I was sitting watching TV and I just wanted to doodle and draw. So what I would do is I would take and cut out ATCs, right? And I actually, where is mine? Here it is. This is actually what I do, and I'm going to be making another video so that to show you how to make your own. Okay, so this is the size of a regular artist trading card. See inside? That is the size. Okay, so when I make a motherboard or a masterboard, what I would do is I would take this and I would say, oh, where do I want to cut this motherboard up? Because what is the composition that I really like, right? So I will use one of these frames. And I've got them for all the different sizes, even though I don't necessarily make these sizes. If I want to, maybe I will. But you can see how it makes the design really pop out, right? So I use that. So let's say I got five, 2.5 by 3.5 ATCs out of this. Then on the back, when I put my information, um, it would be part of a series. So it would be 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, etc. And so they have basically the same theme, or they were cut by off of the same motherboard. So right now I've got, this could be considered as a motherboard, a neurographic piece. And this is a neurographic, geographic-esque type piece. Sorry about the focus. Come on now. There we go. Had it. Okay. So those, all of these pieces can end up being cut into other pieces. So here, let's say I did do a coin, right? I could sit there and say, oh, which part looks the best, right? So, and again, I'll be doing another video that shows you how to make those templates yourself. Okay. So, motherboard is the larger board. I call it motherboard. Some people call it master board. Jam, just add more. This is a round robin thing where an artist will create part of a card and then they'll pass it on to another artist and that next artist will add to it, etc., etc. So, extras. Okay, so let's see here. Extras. Oops, don't knock the camera. Okay, so here are some of the ATCs I've gotten in the mail. Okay, so much fun. So this somebody, in addition to the artist trading card that they sent me, they also sent me some extras. So some beautiful paper, tissue paper. This is a little envelope that the trading card came in, and they sent an extra little ephemeral. They sent this lovely, lovely card with a message in it. And every single envelope has these kinds of extras. Now, remember, it is not mandatory. You are trading the cards, not the extras. But most people will sit there and send extras. I got for my birthday. It was so fantastic. It was so good. So I got extra beautiful paper. And then I got, oh, look at these extras. Look at these extras. I got some, look at this tag. Is that just not so beautiful? So beautiful. Look at that. Can I get this into focus? Isn't that lovely? That was just an extra that they sent. And so the idea is that you can use these on designs that you want to make. And it's especially good if you do collage. I got a little piece of beautiful ribbon and some little balloons and butterflies. And these were all included with my birthday artist trading card. It was so nice, so incredibly nice, and it just made me smile. I don't want to wreck it. Okay. So you can see all of these different cards, they all have the extras, right? So what I like to do is keep the extras separate, but with their envelopes. This is just the way I do it. Okay. And then people have so much fun decorating the envelopes and everything. Okay. So then how do I show off my cards that I get? I put them in a binder and I use these um, playing card or collector card sleeves for binders, right? So these are just a couple. Look at this beautiful one. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous rooster. Oh my goodness. So, and all of them are just so different. And then this group. So I get to go through and look at all of these amazing, amazing cards. See, that's a birthday one and that's a birthday one. And they're all so different. They're all so different. So I get to keep them in this binder so that I can look at them whenever I want to. And I keep the extras in their envelopes that have the sender's name on it. And it is just so great. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's how I hold the cards that I receive. Now, a bit about the uh, etiquette for trading. It's not it's not cool for me to take any of the stuff I got and any of the ATCs I have and retrade them like regifting. That is not cool. They're meant to be kept. So some people will say, I really enjoy this kind of art. I want to trade with people who do this kind of art. And that's cool. That is cool. But you don't re it's like regifting. You don't regift or retrade a card that you received. That's not cool. They're not sold for money. That would be these guys, ACEOs. Those are traded or those are sold, bought and sold. ATCs, artist trading cards, are not bought and sold. They're only traded for free. Some people request cards that are or are not made of a specific medium. So some people just want watercolor or just want collage or just want photography. Um, and if you agreed to trade with somebody who says they want a specific kind, then go along with that. Don't go against it. Respect their wishes. Um, Once you've agreed to trade, try to get them sent off as soon as you can. And if you can't, let the person know that there's going to be a delay and how long or whatever. If you receive cards, it's always really good to let the person know they got them because cards get lost in the mail. They just do. So as soon as you get one, make sure you let the sender know it got there safe and sound. Okay, so when you send it in the mail, it's not necessary to put it into the plastic sheet sleeves, like I said, these guys, okay, these little ones. But I do, only because it will protect the cards a little bit in the mail. I also use a little piece of cardboard when I'm going to send in the mail just to make the envelope stiff so they're less likely to get um, bent. So I will have a piece of cardboard and I will put the cards on them. And sometimes I'll put washi tape if I'm sending two, just so that they stay put on the cardboard. Some people will put like a greeting card in it and then put the cards in there. That's great too. Make sure that when you go to the mail, you know how much it's going to cost your typical parcel or typical envelope. For me, I can send two cards and some extras for one stamp. So I'm in Canada, so do with that what you will. Um, Provide the right amount of postage for the weight. Double check that the address is correct. Don't send it to the wrong address. Sometimes I will write artist trading cards on the back of the envelope, just so anybody who's handling it knows that they have no monetary value. Um, so here you saw my setup with the black backgrounds, cardstock, the info sheet, and the protective sleeves, right? Here is the collector binder pages, right? Here is an example of the motherboard that I talked about, where you take the one big board and you can make these extra cards out of it. And again, here's a picture of that box that I have, right? Now, the other thing that I've provided, have a drink coffee. The other thing that I provided both in this download and in a separate download are these templates. And I like to use a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Okay. And I have two templates here. If you're using a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper or an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so that let's say you're cutting out um, so this is my background and this is the paper I use to draw or paint on. Yes. So I usually am using these templates for my background because my piece of paper that I'm drawing or painting on is going to be a little bit smaller than 2.5 by 3.5 because I want to have this lovely little border, right? Um, so what I will do is take the black sheet of paper and let's see. Oh, here it is. As you can see on this template, here is your big 12 by 12 sheet, right? And I have 4 5.5 or 5 by 7 pieces of cardstock. And because a lot of people get caught up on how can I get as many little cards out of one sheet as possible. So this is what this does. What ends up happening is you have this little tiny square of scrap if you do it this way. So here is my 5 by 7 sheet. And as you can see, when you take a 5 by 7 sheet and you split it in half vertically and horizontally, you'll end up with two 2.5 inch sides and 2 3.5 inch sides. So you basically get 4 ATCs out of one 5 by 7. So the main concern is placing the 5 by 7. So this is a really stiff board. So what I do, right, here is my 12 by 12 cardstock. Yes? Here we go. I'm kind of zoomed in. But what I'll do is I will place my 5 by 7 and I'll draw around it. And then I will pick it up and I will turn it this way and I will draw around it. And then I will flip it this way and I will draw around it. And then I will take it this way and I will draw around it. Then I will cut it out. So as you can see, that's what I did. And then all you do is you cut your 5 by 7s in half vertically and horizontally. And then there you go. You've got 16 ATCs out of a 12 by 12 without having, endless weird strips of extra paper. So here is the way it goes for an 8.5 by 11. Okay, you end up with a 5 by 10.5 inch template and a 3.5 by 10 inch template. I don't normally use this size of papers, but if I did, I would cut these again out of that cardboard like I did with this one. So all I have to do is trace. No rulers are necessary, okay? And then you just 2, 4, 6 come out of this strip and yes, and then this is turned, okay? So this is the 2.5 inch, and this is the 2.5 inch side, okay? So you'll end up with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? So you will end up with 10 out of an 8.5 by 11, and you'll end up with 16. So when you're done on the 8.5 by 11, all this brown bit is what you'll have as scrap. That's it. Okay. I have spent so much time fiddling around with my paper trimmer trying to figure out what is the most effective way to cut my ATCs. So then what I will do is I'll basically do the same thing with my watercolor paper, but because you can see these are the same size. But then what I'll end up doing is trimming like an 1/8 of an inch all the way around after I'm done. Okay. And then that way I end up with that really nice border. So that is ATCs in a nutshell, basically. So this little printout will go through it for you as well. You can print this out and have it on hand. It's free. You don't even have to put in your email or anything. Just click on the link at lisasolonenko.com and then it will explain it to you. In the future, I will provide I'm going to be making a video to show how to make your templates, and then you can just keep them in an envelope and ready to use whenever you want to create a master board or motherboard and be able to cut it up. And I always like to have a bunch of blanks so that I can just take, let's say right now is Inktober. So if I want to take my little bucket of pencils and pens to the couch, I will have a bunch of these already made up. So these are ones I just did on my couch the last few nights, just playing. Just playing, playing, playing. That's it. And then if something comes of it, something comes of it. This is a little guy I've been working on, but these are what I've been working on for Inktober. So I will end up putting them in the bottom of my box there. And then when it comes time to trading, I can decide which ones I want to put together. Okay, guys, I was hoping it would be quick and dirty. It's a half an hour, but it gives you pretty much everything you need to know. If you want to learn more and follow what I'm doing and around ATCs, hop over to my website. I will have the link in the bottom in the description, and I will also put this on my website. So, if you know of anybody who wants to get into ATCs, let them know to hop on over. Okay, guys, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.